Hello there. Welcome to this very first video podcast of Grace Days. I am Grace Gaston Dosel. Have you ever experienced losing your voice? Or have you ever been given a second chance? Well, it feels like that for me. That's why this video podcast came into being. Actually, this is quite serendipitous because I am in the very place where the idea for the video podcast was birthed. This is actually the garden of a hospital where I was admitted about 3 months ago for thyroidectomy. You see, 3 months ago, I was diagnosed to have a cyst in the thyroid, on my right thyroid, and it was so big. Well, not really that big, but it was big enough to occupy half of my right thyroid. And so my doctors immediately recommended surgery. And one of the reasons was because they wanted to rule out cancer. They were afraid that it might be malignant. And so they wanted me to go for surgery right away. And so within a matter of 2 weeks, I was in this hospital and I was taken to surgery. And while I was being wheeled into the OR, I remember facing the reality of possibly losing my voice because I was told that the thyroid is very close to the vocal cords, and the cyst was growing, and the growth might actually impinge the vocal cords. Aside from that, it might actually also impinge the trachea, the esophagus, and even the nerve for breathing. And I remember being wheeled into the OR, and I was praying, and I said, Lord, even if I lose my voice, I trust you, and I know that you know what's best. And there was just peace in my heart. I felt that the Lord placed this impression in my heart that even if I lose my voice, He will give me a new voice and that everything will be okay. So 4 hours later, after the surgery, I was back in my room and I was recovering. The following day, the doctor came and asked me to speak, and he asked me, "Is this your voice?" And I said, "Yes." And in fact, it even sounded better than my voice prior to the surgery. And later, I realized that other cases similar to mine, though it's a common procedure, some cases actually end up having complications, and the patient actually loses his or her voice. So I heard of cases like that. And so I realized, I was given a second lease of life because the cyst was benign. Secondly, I was given a new voice. I was given back my voice, or even a better voice at that. And so I was thinking, what could be the purpose why God gave me all these things and the miracle of being detected and being diagnosed ahead of time. No, not even ahead of time. I was diagnosed just at the nick of time, just before the cyst got too big. And in fact, my doctor was saying, instead of the usual 2-hour surgery, it became 4 hours because part of the cyst was already attached to the muscles and other parts of the throat, and they were really carefully taking it out. And I realized, all these that I have right now is just really a gift. It's nothing short of a miracle. And so what's the purpose for all this? And I thought, maybe because, I needed to use this voice for a reason. I'm already a teacher, and the voice is just one of the instruments by which I carry out my calling to be a teacher, to be a homeschool mom, to be a trainer. And so the reality of losing my voice was apparent. But the fact that I did not lose my voice, the fact that I am still here, I'm still alive, and I still have what it takes, gives me an even greater purpose in life. And so the concept and the idea of Grace Days, the video podcast, was born. And it was here in this very place where the vision for this podcast was born. So welcome. This is Grace Days, and let's enjoy it.